What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, podcast? Chris Konya here from 98.9 The Buzz and 98 PXY. Here with my man, Gus, the general manager of Advantage Federal Credit Union, the West Broad Street branch. What's up, Gus?
What's up?
We're trying something brand new. I don't think it's ever been done in Rochester, at least. We're doing a ask-type show, a video series where we take your questions about finances and answer them to the best of our abilities. Me paying off the $22,000 in debt with zero debt 30, and Gus being the general manager of Advantage Federal Credit Union, also with some accolades of his own with his personal finances. So, we asked, what is the number one question that comes to mind when thinking about your finances? Super basic for the first episode. We'll see how this goes and hope to continue to help and bring value to people in Rochester. So we're going to answer Stacy House Stevens' question. The question is, how do I stick to my budget? Very basic question that I think a lot of people have. Gus, you want to go first?
It's going to be a tough one. Sticking to a budget means first creating the budget. You got to know where you can cut corners, what you want to save, and what your ultimate goal is. Without goals, you're not going to have a budget. And then it's the sacrifices and making the sacrifices and knowing, you know what, I can't eat out 5 days a week. I can't, go shopping every Saturday. And that's how you're going to stick to your budget.
It's action. He's absolutely right. It's action. Reverse engineering. Go to the finish line first, and I think mapping it backwards.
Yep.
Right? Whether the budget or the goal of saving money or not spending money, it's the same thing. You got to start at the end, picture where you want to be at the end, what you want to look like, what it smells like to be out of debt. Like all that is a big inspirational feeling that you can work and stay disciplined with, and that's how I did it with 22 grand.
Know.
That's how I did it. So, Stacy, I would say, map out your it's organization and execution. So you got to map out how much you get paid, the basic one-on-one stuff that you've probably tried a million times, but stick to it and roll your payments over to the next debt once one is paid off. And I'm telling you, from experience, it's the best feeling in the world. It's better than vacation. It's better than sitting on the beach with your toes in the sand. It's better than being kind of buzzed. I've been all those things, and being out of debt is way better, 100 times more. So Stacy, good luck. Make a budget and stick to it. Let's see here. A lot of people asking this question. Cindy, Kate, Lauren, all asking about retirement. How do I make sure and how do I start saving for retirement?
That's a tough question because there's a lot of factors. What do you see yourself doing? Where do you want to retire? One of the things I always try to tell people is the earlier you start, the better off you'll be in the future. So you don't want to put it off. Some people put it off. It's like, well, I'm only at an entry-level job. Let me wait till I get my full, career job going. Start now. $20, $50 a month. It's huge because over 30 years, that's going to make a big difference.
It's a mindset. I aggressively attacked my debt and was successful with it, and then I opened up a savings account with Advantage Federal Credit Union, and I'll tell you, I put a lot of money in there per paycheck. I'm able to put $500 per paycheck. Complete transparency here, because I have a goal of having $10,000 in the bank by the end of this year. And to be honest with you, and this is not me trying to brag at all, but I legitimately don't know how much money's in there right now, because I know that I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm not completely disciplined yet with finances. So I didn't ask for a debit card. I didn't ask for an ATM card. I think I get bank statements, the legal minimum that you're allowed to get them. I don't log in online banking. All these great services that Advantage offers, I personally don't look at them because I have this goal. And I think that you have to be self-aware, knowing, okay, I know I say I'm going to start when I'm 35 or 45 or 55, but why haven't I started yet? So the answer, like Gus says, is to start today with $5, $10, $25, $30, $50, $100, whatever you can afford, because then you get into the mindset, you become a saver, just like you become a gym rat, just like you become a person who eats healthy. It's all mindset. So Lauren, Kate, and everybody else who asked, start now. Start right now, right after this video's over. Another question from Carla. Am I saving enough for my 5-year goals? I think. And she writes that her goals are to own a car instead of leasing and to have her own house. And I think it's along the same lines of reverse engineering.
Yes.
That's great. She's one step ahead of a couple people who commented. She knows what she wants, and I think you just go to the finish line and back it out. Michelle writes, I don't know if we're going to be able to answer this one, Gus, but why did I go to college? I didn't go to college. I dropped out of high school, and I never thought that would be one of the best moves I could ever make.
That's a good question, because most people don't even know why they go to college. I went to college. I majored in one field. Let me tell you, what I do now has nothing to do with the reason I went. Why go? Because you need that. It's a stepping stone into your financial and your future all around. It's a good thing to do. And education is always going to help you down the line. So kudos to you for having gone. Now it's just taking that step and making something with it.
And Michelle, if you don't dwell on the fact that you went and you think maybe it was a mistake, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but the fact is that it happened. It's done. It's gone. Stop dwelling. Stop looking at all the people who have what you don't have and go, well, if I didn't go to college, I could have that, because that's crap. There's so much opportunity out there, and you're probably a strong person who can set and reach goals. And to harp on the fact that you made what you think is a mistake, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you further away from your goal. So, okay, accept the fact that you went. If you're not happy with it, swallow that pill, and move on and get moved, because you were able to go and work through and finish college. That's a huge accomplishment that I know that I could never get through. I don't have that in me. That's not in my DNA. So you have the ability to reach and meet goals. So apply that to whatever you want now, and use that discipline that you used to get through college. And that's why college was worth it. It taught you discipline. There's still comments coming in as we're doing this live right now.
Let's see.
There's some funny ones here for sure. Debt consolidation. Mike writes, what's the first step to consolidate all of my credit cards? My credit card debt. He has 3 credit cards. One's a store credit card and 2 are personal credit cards. What's the first step, and is it possible? And what else did he say? Is it possible? And am I alone when I say I have $20,000 in credit card debt between 3 credit cards?
Definitely not. Example, $20,000 in debt, definitely not alone. A lot of us, myself included in the past, have been in that situation. Consolidating them is a huge thing, something that you can really do to help get it manageable. Right now, with what you're paying, you could put that into one payment and probably knock it off in half the time easily and save a fortune. We've already discussed how consolidating has saved someone
my girlfriend,
a ton of money.
You guys know Meredith if we're friends on Facebook. I don't even know the numbers, but I know that she was teary-eyed walking out of here in December of last year. And she's already made more progress in the first 60 days on her credit cards than she has in the last, I'm not even exaggerating, than the last year or two. And she'll be out of debt completely on her credit cards by the end of this calendar year. And it's amazing. And I think the biggest step when you're in it, feels like it's super embarrassing to walk into a place and ask for help, but it's a game changer. It is a life changer. Take that step. Don't be embarrassed, Mike. Come on into Advantage Federal Credit Union. Ask Gus, and maybe you'll even have a tear in your eye when you walk out, and it's, of course, tears of happiness. Anything else you'd like to add besides what we talked about, Gus?
Going back to that point, just don't be afraid. There's nothing in our industry that we haven't seen. So some people are embarrassed, why did I get myself into debt? Why did I make this choice? Why did I purchase this thing? Why am I paying so much? You know what? We can try to help, but we can't help you if you don't come in and ask. And that's the point.
That's the punchline of the first episode. That's a wrap for Ask Gus. Gus from Advantage Federal Credit Union, the West Broad Street location, the general manager, the guy you need to come see if we covered any of the topics that you're worried about, or even some that we haven't talked about. Come see Gus at Advantage Federal Credit Union. I'm Chris Konya from 98.9 The Buzz, 98PXY, the vlog, the podcast, all that stuff. Appreciate your attention, and we hope that we brought value, and we hope to do this again soon.